All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's go. It's all right.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Bortles going to throw. And that is incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away.
Eli Apple was a top 10 pick in the 2016 draft, and one of the reasons, his ability to get better, because remember, he's a young guy, and they just figured he could go ahead and grow. A redshirt sophomore when he came out, he's growing at a pretty good rate. How about that play right there?
Very nice pass deflection. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now the first NFL carry for Saquon Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5.
We got three, fellas. We got 3. Hey, go 56, 27, 26.
At After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he's got room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, those Giant fans, you know that they love seeing Saquon Barkley wearing their jersey, but it's interesting. He actually grew up a Jets fan. Yeah, I wonder what his dad was thinking. What Big Al was thinking on draft night. Had to be so happy for his son. But they grew up watching Jets games. Just sit together, watch it. In fact, Dad has a Jets tattoo. Yes. Okay, so that tells you about how much he loves that team. You think Saquon's going to fix that and make it a Giants tattoo? Yeah, wants to make that a Giants tattoo. That family, though, they fully converted. They're supporting the G-Men. Manning. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And you remember pre-draft, there was a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the life of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year. They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it then. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there. What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Touchdown number 1 of the NFL career for young star Saquon Barkley. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career. And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from the linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career. Rosas now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Jags heading out on offense. Last year we said, Charles, one of these years it has to come together for the Jaguars, doesn't it? Well, guess what? It certainly did. They won double-digit games for the first time in 10 seasons, and they picked up 2 more wins in the playoffs before falling in that tough one to New England. And they decided that on offense, they were going to be a team that knocked you off the ball and ran it. That's why they drafted Leonard Fournette out of LSU, and he gave them some toughness and an identity. Quarterback Blake Bortles, often criticized, but elevated his play in the playoffs, both with his legs and his arm. With a defense, that's where the big transition happened. Yannick Ngakoue coming off the edge. Calais Campbell, maybe the best player on the defensive line in the league last season. But Jalen Ramsey out at corner, he gives them their swagger, he gives them their look, and he gives them great play on the edge. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here. What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick? Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Here we go.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Oh, now he pulls him over. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Fournette, a first down carry. Open space inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Giants making their way out, and at this point you would have to think that all mentions of last year maybe erased from team history, or at least that's what they want. Clearly, Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, the talent on this team, too good for another 3-13 finish, right?
And I think that was reflected in their draft in 2018. Because if it was an all-out rebuild, they would have drafted a quarterback at number 2. Instead, they drafted Saquon Barkley. So that signals to me they want to get back to running the football and trying to punish people on offense and take the pressure off of Eli Manning. And on the defensive side of the ball, they obviously have to get better. But believe it or not, you know who can really help them there? Their head coach, Pat Shermer. Comes from a defensive family, understands how valuable it is, and loves the toughness and the identity that a good defense can provide.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Now Manning. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd.
Zebra.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Looking for Shepard deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And that one results in 35 yards. Manning going to come up on 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. A first down carry for Barkley as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Let's go.
They'll go to Barkley again. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Now Sewell on first down. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
The pitch goes to Barkley. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. To throw on 3rd down. Manning will get this out to Barkley, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Manning going to come up on 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's a give to Barkley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. They'll run it again with Barkley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
It's not a bad idea. Set up in the gun. Send a bunch of guys out wide and let the defense think you're going to try and put one in the end zone. But here, the draw play just gets bottled up from the start, and he'll wind up losing yardage.
On 3rd down, Manning looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Aldrich Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Rosas puts this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you could kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Bortles now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They went right back to him there, figuring one big play deserves another. You think maybe he called for it and said, hey, give me the ball again?
I think a lot of people operate under the whole idea of if they haven't stopped it, go until they do. You go right back at a guy because maybe his confidence might not be as high. In this case, he responded well.
Bortles will try again on 2nd down. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And that one results in 35 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. Here's Fournette. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Let's go.
Now Manning throwing on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Receiver.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Let's go. Hey, gun.
On first down, Manning. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Manning to throw on second down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Again, it's Barkley. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Man, it's a tough area in the field to try and run a draw play out of the gun. You know you're going to face a good push up front, and here they swallow him up for no gain.
To throw on 3rd down, Manning. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, right at the 40. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here we go. Here we go, here we go.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
A handoff to Fournette. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Throwing his Bortles on third down. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one, and I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Manning now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Let's go.
Shotgun now for Manning. And he gets it complete to Latimer. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go. 4 down. There go, 56. 27's a Sam. 27's a Sam. What's it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Giants add on to their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Rosas now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Bortles. And complete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Now Bortles. And, a crusher there as it's in. Now the ball comes loose. And who's got it? The Giants. A handoff to Barkley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. A handoff, Barkley running left. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. It's Barkley on the counter. And some space here. Room to run again. And all the way down to the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
First seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Manning gonna throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. They get it to him running left. A beautiful fake. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And now out come the Jags. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Hey. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380. 380.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Damon Harrison in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. On second down, here's Bortles. He's going to let it fly. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play. Bortles to Westbrook, 61 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special.